Unsuccessfully usurping the dominant paradigm. This is Tell It to Someone. First question is from Joe Freddy. Have you seen what they have done now? Why would anyone do that? Well, people do stuff all the time. I mean, I don't know who they are or what they are doing, but I assume they're people, and I'm assuming they are doing that because they've got nothing better to do, or they've got nothing worse to do if the thing that they are doing is bad. Next question is from the Emperor Fabulous. Is it difficult being a current in today's world? Well, it's not all that difficult. I mean, you get grown on a tree or a bush, and then you get eaten, and it's not all that difficult. It's rather easy. It's just not. It just doesn't end well, for the current, because they're getting eaten or juiced or they just rot on the vine or something. Matt Yebbs asks, I'm experiencing a rather obvious decline of exploding pineapples in my video content. Is there anything you can do about that? Well, I could explode some pineapples or just smash them on a bench or a barbecue or something like that. Except I don't have any because it's winter and I haven't been up to the place that sells pineapples in winter for quite a while. Because, look, this hand is empty, no pineapples. This one has an iPad, which isn't a pineapple. So you see my predicament here, and I've already smashed my iPad a bit, so I'm not doing that again. So you can just go back to previous videos of mine. I might even put a little playlist of me of videos where pineapples get smashed, and you can watch those over and over again repeatedly until I get remonetized because people have been watching my videos. Next question is from Serious Mind. Will we make it out alive? Well, I made it out alive. It's rather cold, and don't make it out. Don't make it out. Just stay inside. I hear it's a bit of a heat wavy in the northern hemisphere at the moment. Staying inside in the air conditioning or the ducted heating would probably be beneficial right about now. And watch more videos of mine or other people's videos. Possibly mine, because that way I can get remonetized and I can get money. Next question is from Jonathan Stern. Is there a word for diet where you only eat things, word for a diet, if you only eat things without spines? Well, what has spines? I have a spine, so there's not eating me. And porcupines, and all mammals and all birds and all fish. And so that leaves crustaceans, except for the ones with spines, because a lot of, like anemones. Anemones have spines, and cactuses have spines, and that would leave, pineapples have spines too, like at the top. No. You can eat apples. An appletarian without the spiny bits on the top. Yeah, appletarian. It'd be fun until you lose all will to live. Next question is from the Naked Wombat. If there is a stairway to hell, a stairway to heaven, and a highway to hell, which path takes one to purgatory? Well, let's see. They're both stair-related, so maybe an escalator of some kind, but not in a vertical direction. So, the travelator at Sydney Airport. If you've ever waited for 2 hours for a connecting flight, you'll know what I mean. I just go sideways like that, all day, facing sideways. I didn't face forward because I had my suitcase and it didn't fit sideways. It became fun after a while. I took down the Pokemon gym like 3 times while playing Pokemon Go. Next question is from next question is from the Great Fish. If I walked really fast in one direction and reached the point where I left, would I see myself leaving? Yes, you would see yourself out. You would see yourself out, but you know, you'd come back in again, depending on which way you went, and then you'd drown because you hit water at some point. I mean, it's not possible to you know, go around the planet in one direction without hitting water. So don't do it. Don't go outside at all. Stay watching. Stay watching. Stay watching. Robert Bow asks, why doesn't the word onomatopoeia sound like anything? Well, the word onomatopoeia is like a word that sounds like the thing that it is. Like, I don't know, bong or quack. But onomatopoeia, well, that sounds like making a bunch of words with your mouth. So it sounds like what it sounds like. I mean, it's not like a bunch of meaningless sounds that, you know, that sound like stuff but don't actually have any meaning. Like, not like that. Not like that. Not like that. So it's got a meaning and it's a word. And the word sounds like its meaning. Sort of, ish, kind of, something. Next question. Rolf Nichols asks, could you interview one of those dogs on leashes sometime? I'm sure that it would make their owners proud, or maybe not. Good day. I saw a dog earlier on, but he's not there now. And it's got a leash on it, but I don't have a special dog microphone or anything, so I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm really, really very quite sorry. Not. Canadian Atheist asks, given the poem Hickory Dickory Dock, 3 mice ran up the clock struck 1 and the other 2 escaped with minor injuries, do you think that they consulted lawyers and sued their clock manufacturer? Well, it was a striking clock. I mean, it's like those packets of nuts that say may contain traces of nuts. They were warned that it was a striking clock, and they went up at their own risk. I'm with the clock manufacturer on this one. So don't blame the mice. No, blame the mice. Blame the mice. If they had a cat, there wouldn't have been that problem. You know. Next question is Kay Devan. Might there be any profoundly effective presidential candidate, real or imagined, from the Democratic Party who could possibly win by a landslide against our duly elected president, at least given an effective run for the presidency? Well, yes, there might be like 20 of them. You know, even my left shoe could possibly win against it if it was 35-year-old born in America. So that leaves my left shoe out. But every other candidate would possibly win except Marianne Williamson, who would, well, she would win, but she's not going to win past the primaries because she's a little bit, you know, she's very low-key nuts, and that's fine. that's fine if you're a Republican. I mean, beating somebody with love is such a it's such a passive-aggressive thing, come to think of it. And I'm going to need some private time later. Oh yes I am. Oh yes I am. She married Elizabeth Taylor and Larry Fortensky. Yeah, that's how nuts she was. Next question is possibly the last question for the day. Is F. Can you play the nose flute? If so, please demonstrate. Well, the nose flute is a delicate instrument, and I'll try, but how about nose ukulele? That's it for Tell Someone for this week. If you would like to ask a question, then ask me a question in the place where questions normally get asked. Or you can answer this dovetail question, of course, which is behind my head as we speak. Yep, that's the question, all right. I'm going to have to try to adjust these things more carefully and gradually, or something. I don't know. Somebody over there is playing a drum now. I'm dangerously talented and I don't have a cool sign-off.